Hello everyone, this is Amity Sensei. Today I'm going to show you how to make your Google Calendar into a hand-drawn one. Many girls, at least here in Japan, like writing their schedules by hand, so definitely give it a try if you're interested. We are going to use an app called Planner for iPad. It's a completely free app. It's pretty much a digital calendar book that you write your engagements in by hand. But we can actually sync this with Google Calendar. By doing that, we can actually write by hand on top of our Google Calendar and add onto it that way. And that's what I will talk about in this video. First, I want to start by talking about the basics of Planner for iPad. When you open it, you get a normal looking calendar like this. There's a tool panel at the bottom where you can choose different pencils, markers, and even stamps. These are really cute. Using them, you can put together your own collage type calendar. But what's cool about this app is you can change the display format. Right now I have it in the month mode, but you can make it show the week and put the days of the week on the left like this too. You can also put it into day mode as well. So just choose whatever display you prefer and then right away. It's not just writing though, you can also insert images like in a note app. You can go into your photo app and paste in drawings you made recently, your own pictures and anything. This is where we are going to sync with Google Calendar. In Planner for iPad, there is a setting called Sync with Default Calendar. Press the gear mark here, go to Calendar Settings, and there is this Sync with Default Calendar option. Let's switch that on. You should see how a bunch of new stuff show up on the screen. This is all of the stuff in my default planner that is now also being shown here. But what I want to do is put our Google Calendar data into Planner for iPad. To do that, we first have to sync our default calendar with Google Calendar. After that, if we sync it with Planner for iPad, we'll be able to see it. So let's sync Google Calendar and the default calendar. We can do that in the settings menu. If you go to the bottom of the list, you can find a category, press it, and there's a tab labeled Account, which is the second from the top. So tap it. And now this is where we can sync our default calendar data with Google Calendar. I already have it synced, but to do it, you press the Add Account button at the bottom, press the Google option, and then put in your Google account and password. If it works, you should see your Google account in the list here. Tap it and then switch the calendar option on. If you don't do this, Google Calendar and the default calendar won't sync. Once that's done, go back to the default calendar, and you should see that the Google Calendar info is displayed on the screen. This process can be a little tricky, so I'm going to use a little diagram to explain. First, we have Google Calendar, which is what everyone here uses. We sync Google Calendar with the default calendar for iOS. This is done from the settings menu. Now the data from Google Calendar will show up in the default calendar. After all of that, go to Planner for iPad and connect it with the default calendar. This brings up the default calendar data in Planner for iPad, so now by extension we have the Google Calendar data in Planner for iPad. It's kind of a hassle, but you can't sync Google Calendar and Planner for iPad directly. So just keep in mind that we have to put the default calendar in the middle as a hub so that we can use our Google data in Planner for iPad. Planner for iPad lets you write by hand, but how do we do that? There might be some people who think they don't need Planner for iPad because they already have Google Calendar, but it might still be interesting to put your work schedule in Google Calendar and then use Planner for iPad for your private plans. For example, in my case, April 14th is my birthday, so I could put something like I want a date or a date today in my Planner for iPad schedule. Just like I mentioned at the beginning, Planner for iPad has different display modes for month, week, and day, so you can actually write different things in each mode. Before we were using month mode, but we could switch and use week mode and write our diary entries there. You could write about your day, and in my case I've been doing weight training, so I usually write here about my daily goals and how many reps I did with how many kilograms and so on. This way you can leave notes for yourself and it's really easy to look back on later. You can also write about what you ate today or what you did for your exercise. Right now we are in week mode, but if we go back to month mode, we can see the entire month schedule layout. You can see we've already synced with Google Calendar too. In month mode, we can put in some stamps. For happy days, for example, we could put a sun mark. For some bad or tough days, we can maybe put a cloud or some rain. This way you can look back at your month and see how often you were happy or how often you struggle all at once. I think this is a great way to use this mode. And with that, no more talk about handwritten calendars. Planner for iPad is completely free and easy to use, so please download it and play around a little. When you do, definitely put the sync with default calendar option on and sync with Google Calendar too. This will give intermediate users more advanced options for using them, so give it a try. Alright, that's all for today. Please make use of Planner for iPad for your schedules and your journals. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I make videos on tips and hacks of iPad, so please do that too. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye!